TT-02 rally cars. About a year in with these things. A lot of fun driving these cars in rally-themed driving styles. I'm going to go through both of these cars, take these chassis mostly apart. I want to go through and just inspect things, look over components, see if there's anything wore out, broke, or something that I've missed that I've been trying to upkeep while running both of these cars through the season. Nothing really major has broken, but we'll take them down, clean everything up, get them prepped for next year, the 2026 rally season. That's just around the corner. So let's go through and see if there's anything we can find. First, let's take a look at the 99 Subaru Impreza, the Monte Carlo edition. This Tamiya kit has fared pretty well, I think. I didn't have any really big accidents with it. No big crashes, no tumbles that did too much damage. No, there's no cracks in it, at least. Let's get this off of here, and we can take a closer look at it. Overall, I'd say with this thing, it's held up pretty well, especially the stickers. These Tamiya stickers are really nice. We've had other model body kits from other places that aren't Tamiya, and those stickers do not fare well. Mike, with his Toyota ST-185, the Castrol stickers, those stickers were peeling as soon as we put them on there. We had to use clear packing tape to keep those tacked down. They just simply would not stay on. That's even with washing warm soapy water, prepping the body, alcohol wiping the body, trying to keep it as clean as possible. Those stickers just did not have it. But Tamiya, not a problem. This kit has held together well. I don't have any cracks in it. I did, with the deck for the cockpit, with the rally drivers, I just taped them in there. I didn't use the foam pads and all that to make it permanent. I wasn't sure if I was going to swap these guys around, so I just taped them in there, and they held in pretty well also. Same goes with our Toyota, our ST-165 Celica. This thing's held out pretty good as well. No major cracks or rips or tears, but just mostly driving. Mostly just on the stages. No big road crashes or incidents with this thing. Just scuff marks, and no tears or rips. A little bit of a dent in the front here. Hit something pretty good. But as far as that, it's just scrapes and abrasions, it looks like, mostly. All right, next, let's check out what's underneath the body. On the Subaru, I have Tamiya's polycarbonate chassis cover. It's a nice little shell, covers everything pretty good, I would say. These fenders, I think, help each cut out and they screw into place. Provide a little extra protection about the debris from the front tires coming back and filling in here. Some dust does come in, the real powdery stuff gets in, but as far as large rocks, debris, and things like that, getting in here to the steering to cause problems, I haven't had any issues with that. This cover has worked really well. We've got a video on those in snow and loose dirt. You can check those out here and see the comparison with this other chassis cover, which is this. This is the zip-up enclosure option on the Toyota Celica ST-165. Now, this one I found online. I think it was eBay. It's a simple mesh enclosure, pretty see-through, very good breathability. I think it'll allow the motor to cool a little better than the full plastic enclosure Tamiya has. And this has worked well, also keeping the bigger stuff, stones and sticks and things out of the steering area. But as far as fine dust, that definitely makes its way in there. Overall, every race during the rally through the year, we would just take the covers off, get compressed air, blow everything, all the loose dirt off, and then any hard stuff we would take and go through and clean it that way. But neither car was disassembled through the whole year fully, unless there was something to address that was broke. But apart from just blowing it with air, that's pretty much how we cleaned our cars most of the year, and that's done that was pretty effective, I think. Okay, so for the next thing we're going to check out is, let's just go over the overall everything here before we get into some detailed parts. But overall, just inspecting the chassis and the car itself, let's get this block out of the way. Nothing has failed like outright that's noticeable or visible. Everything for this year, which has been 10 rally events, So about one a month. This thing has held up other than scratches, abrasions, and things of that nature. I have not had a screw fail on either car. No plastic parts. As far as like linkage goes, servo, these upright posts, nothing internally has broken. Everything has stayed pretty fair, I'd say. As far as wear, the usual just wobbleness that these kits are notorious for. In stock form, which this is, that's pretty normal, I'd say. Held up very well. Now let's take a look at, let's pop these tires off, and let's just see how the wear is on these rally block tires. Here's the Subaru wheels and tires, and these have fared very well also. I don't have any issues with these wheels that came with the kit. All the plastic is held up and taken the abuse and beatings. No spokes were destroyed or broken. As far as the wear goes on these tires, this would be at the vehicle. These are taken off as if the vehicle is facing forward this way. So these, I didn't rotate these through the season. I just put these, if I did take them off, I put them back on in the same position where they came off. Now let's get a close-up here of the tread. There's still a lot of dirt filled in some of the holes. I can poke those out. I'm not going to run this tire and these wheels next year. I've got new rally blocks and new tires for the new car for 2026. But I was just looking at the tread, the profile, and the wear looks pretty even. All four tires seem to have the same kind of wear, and these were not run on tarmac. These were ran for dirt only, so they didn't have a lot of abrasion from a street presence. And that, look at the top there, I don't see any rolling or any wear on the edges. They look pretty good. Totally reusable, and those held up all season as well. All right, these are the wheels off of the Toyota Celica ST-165. These are going to have a little bit more wear on them. Maybe not physically, but this car was driven a little more frequently than the Subaru, just for some testing purposes. If we had a new stage layout that we designed, I ran this car a little bit more than that one, but not on the street, the tarmac. These rally tires, block tires, were ran only in dirt, and they've held up just the same. I haven't had any issues with any of the plastic breaking, the hexes rounding out, nothing of that nature. Again, running box stock equipment, so it's just a 540 silver can motor with nickel metal hydride batteries. Not a lot of power going to these components. As far as the profile goes on these tires, again, same kind of deal. They look really nice. They've held up well. Still a lot of rally life left in these tires. Front tire looks okay too. I'd say these are runnable again, but these will not go back on the Toyota. That vehicle is going to have new wheels and tires also for next year. Next, we're going to open up this tray here, get these screws out of the way, take this cover off. We'll get to the motor, and we'll take a look at the motor itself, the pinion, and then also inspect the spur gear. Let's see how that has fared. With the cover removed and the two bolts underneath out of the chassis holding the motor plate in place, we can now lift this motor out of the way. Now this is a 17 tooth, which is replaced out of the box. This is the hard coated pinion that Tamiya makes. It's kind of a copper color on it. It's a coated aluminum, so that's going to help with longevity. It's going to last a lot longer than that chrome silver looking aluminum gear that comes with it. I replaced this one after the first rally. Pops replaced his. I did it on the other Tamiya kit, the ST-165 also, and because those wear out real fast. In fact, Den's on his Toyota, the Yaris kit. He ran his all year, and when I pulled the motor out to look at his on the last day, that pinion was star-shaped. It didn't have teeth, so to speak, looking like this. They were like fins. They were wore down so bad, and there was such a gap when you would roll between the spur gear. There was such a gap between the teeth. This has held up well. This looks great. Here's a look at the spur gear with a little bit of lithium soap grease on it. That's why it kind of has a white look to it, but the teeth overall, I want to say, have stayed pretty consistent, pretty clean. Nothing looks broken or overly wore out. Very nice. That's probably reusable, but we'll clean that up and take a look at it further. I'll replace this spur gear, but that pinion that I have on the motor looks just fine. All right, this is the Toyota ST-165 motor. We got the chassis over here. I took the zip-off cover to get access to everything a little easier. And this gear, this pinion, also looks in great shape. I'll also replace this one from the start. This one came as a on-road spec. It says on down in the lower corner of the box. It came with a 22 tooth pinion, but since the Subaru came with the 17, I allowed 17 or 22 tooth pinions to run in the rally, and I bought the hard-coated gear for this car also, and that has held up well. That looks great. And here's a look at the spur gear. Also looks real good. I don't see any broken teeth, no excessive wear. Yep, well, looks all okay. Got the rear arms down and the drive cups and axles out, cleaning them up. After inspecting them, they're just fine. They're going to clean up okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and install those back in the model. Took the rear diff out, cleaned the insides, re-greased it. The teeth look fine. I don't see a lot of excessive wear that looks like would be a problem or an issue running this rear differential again, which is what I'm going to do. Clean the bearings. I'm going to put this back in. Just want to get a close-up of the front here. Just inspecting it, looking for anything unusual. It looks like just some normal wear. I don't see anything broken. I don't see any cracks or anything in the plastic that seems to be a problem. It functions just as horribly as expected. So I'm gonna clean that up next, and then we'll open up the case and get to differential. Just going through the front differential, and a lot like the other differentials, the rears I'm finding is more of the same. Taking them apart and I'm looking through the gears, making sure there's nothing broken, nothing's worn down, it needs to be immediately replaced or anything like that. I mean, it's dirty. I got to clean the teeth in between the teeth, but get all the extra old grease out of there. But apart from that, everything doesn't look wore out or severely wore out or anything like that. That's dirty inside. I'm going to clean that up. The planetary gears, just like the other, seem to be okay. Nothing's really wore down. No teeth are missing or broken. They spin free. So I'm just going to clean these, repack them with some heavy grease for the front diffs, and seal it back up and put it back together. After getting that differential out, I just wanted to take a look at this part here. There's an output shaft with two bearings that goes to a gear. This gear here, which sits here like that. But I was looking at this shaft, and there seems to be a little bit of wear on the edge of that right here. But I run my fingernail over it, and it catches just barely. So I'm going to get some steel wool, some triple aught or something. Oop, focus. See if I can't polish that up, and may keep running that. Well, took the polish to it, cleaned it up a little bit. Still visible, but I don't know. There's still a little bit of a notch in it, just a little bit. That's where the bearing slides over, which sits here like this. So I don't know. We're gonna run that for a little bit. We'll keep an eye on it, but putting that back in. That's it for these two chassis. They are clean, inspected, ready to go for next year, 2026 rally season. After a good cleaning and servicing everything, I had no real failures, no breaks, nothing really wrong with these chassis. They're just cleaned, ready to go for another run. Brad sent me a photo of his car. He found a failure on one of his, on the hubs for where the dog bones connect to the output shaft, where there's these tabs that allow the arms to stop from going too far high and too far low. One was broke off and another one was cracked, and the piece was resting and rubbing against the hub. It's crazy. But these are ready to go for next year. I appreciate you stopping and watching these videos. We'll see you on the next one.